Hello, this is Muse Television and I'm Mohammed Swale. Today we are going to discuss about economics, specifically the business cycle. Let's start our class. Yes, in an economy, a capitalistic economy experiences a fluctuation in microeconomic variables such as employment, investment, consumption, output, etc. So that a fluctuation in this microeconomic variable in an economic activity is a business cycle. And the capitalistic economy experiences alternating period of boom and depression. This period is where these microeconomic variables such as employment, investment, at a time it is rise up and at another time it is falling. Since GNP is a comprehensive measure of overall economic activities in an economy. So we should refer a business cycle as a short-term cyclical movement of an economic activities. Also, according to Sir Keynes, a business cycle composed of a period of high trade characterizing with the low unemployment percentage and a period of low trade which is characterized with a falling pricing and high rate of unemployment percentage. So in general, a business cycle refers to a cyclical movement but irregular ups and down movement of an economic activity since their time is unpredictably changing so that business cycle is not the repeating cycle as phases of the moon. Now we are going to discuss on the characteristic of a business cycle. Characteristic number one, industrialized capitalist economy witness cyclical movement. Where a socialist economy is free from such disturbances. Characteristic number two, a business cycle is wave-like movement which having a regularity and recognized pattern. That is to say, a business cycle, it is repetitive in character. Characteristic number three, in a business cycle, most sectors of the economy move in the same direction. For example, during a period of peak or boom, almost all sectors of the economy, such as industrial sector, business sector, and the agricultural sector, experience the increase in output. But during a depression, these sectors experience a fall in output. Characteristic number four, a business cycle it is international in character. This is because a cyclical fluctuation of an economic activities get it transmitted from one country to another in these ages of globalization. Now we are going to discuss on the phases of a business cycle. But for the economy to be strong, strength and sustained, we need to have a diagram look like this, where on the y-axis we have a real GDP, on the x-axis we have a time, and this smooth and straight line marks the growth of an economy over a period of time. However, in reality, the actual growth does not move straightly or look like this line. Sometimes the actual growth can be increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing, look like this. Now we can label this diagram. Here it is actual growth, and this trend line it is potential growth. But when the actual growth it is greater than the potential growth, we get a positive output gap. And when the actual growth it is less than the potential growth, we get a negative output gap. Hence, from this diagram, we can show all the four phases of a business cycle. When the actual growth it is at peak, here we get a phases known as boom. This is a phases of high employment opportunities, full employment of resources, a rising in prices and increasing in output. This is where the employment, investment, consumption and output it is on the higher levels. But when the economy starts to slow down or downturn the economic activities, we get another phases known as a recession. This is where prices start to fall down, the employment tend to decrease slowly, and the employment opportunities and the investment also slow down. But when the economy reach on the worst level or worst position, we get another phases known as trough or depression. This trough or depression is a substantial decline in general output and employment, and in these phases the price continue to falling down and output the same. And this is very agonizing experience to both producers and the sellers. But when the economy starts to turn up, we get another phases known as recovery. This is where the prices start to rising up, the employment opportunity tend to increasing, and output start to increase. So that is a business cycles. Stay tuned for the next classes to see the causes, cost, and the benefit of a business cycle.